I want to support this motion by the majority leader. I wish to make a few comments. One is to congratulate the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for running this race. As many of my colleagues have said, it was not about Raila Odinga, it was about Kenya. And I think, Mr. Speaker, sir, as we left Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, and I'm happy by the comments of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga when he says he's coming back more energized and more focused going into the future, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the 22 nations from African Union who stood for the 7 rounds, Mr. Speaker, for Raila Odinga. In 2 rounds he emerged, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, it is not easy to go 7 rounds. We know people who go 1 minute and 59 seconds, Mr. Speaker. But at this age, Baba Raila Odinga could manage to go for 7 rounds in African Union, Mr. Speaker. So we celebrate and appreciate what he did. 7 rounds at his age is not easy in African Union contest, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and therefore, as a country, every cloud has a silver lining, Mr. And I don't know why Senator Amida is excited about the rounds. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to digress. Mr. Speaker, and therefore, I want to assure the nation, and even, Mr. Speaker, thank President William Ruto for magnanimity. You remember in 2022, the presidential election was close call. But out of magnanimity of President William Ruto, when Raila Odinga declared that he will run for African Union, President William Ruto did not look at Raila as the opponent that he defeated in general election. He looked at him as a brother, as a statesman, as a Kenyan, and that is why Raila Amolo Odinga had at his disposal the entire government machinery to campaign across 51 states of Africa, Mr. Speaker, and share his vision for a better Africa, Mr. Speaker. I was disappointed that some people in parts of this country, others in social media, could celebrate the loss of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga never lost anything. It is Kenya who lost, because it is the standing in the League of Nations, Mr. Speaker. Let us not confuse. If it is about losing, Raila has developed a thick skin of losing many elections, Mr. Speaker. But he has always looked at the brighter. He has been the safe pair of hands when Kenya is in turmoil. From 2007, Mr. Speaker, in 2018, and the other day in 2022, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say what the people who celebrated on social media and some parts of this country, we tell them, Riswa na Mshindwe Katika Jina La Yesu, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, number 2,